There will come a day when you look back on the pain, the confusion, the night spent wondering why they left, and you will finally understand it was never a loss, it was a lesson. Right now, it may not feel that way. Right now, it may feel like your world has been shattered, like the people you trusted the most walked away when you needed them the most. But hear me when I say this. One day you will thank them for leaving. Because when the wrong people walk out, the right opportunities walk in. When someone exits your life, it's not an accident, it's a shift, a necessary separation that clears the path for something greater. The problem is, we don't always see it in the moment. We're too caught up in the pain, too distracted by the loss to recognize that their absence is actually making space for something better. So I want you to ask yourself, what if this wasn't a setback? What if this was a set up for your growth, your transformation, your breakthrough? What if, instead of trying to hold on to people who weren't meant to stay, you started embracing the possibility of who you could become without them? This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And one day, when you're standing in your power, living a life filled with purpose and surrounded by the right people, you'll look back on this moment and realize their departure was your blessing. Life has a way of introducing people to us at different points in our journey. Some come to teach us lessons, some come to walk beside us for a time, and others come only to leave when their role in our story is complete. It's a hard truth to accept, but not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. Holding on to people who are meant to leave only delays your growth and keeps you from reaching the places you are truly meant to go. We often struggle with this reality because we tie our sense of worth and security to the presence of others. When someone walks away, it can feel like rejection, like something is wrong with us. But their departure is not always a sign of your failure. It's often a sign of your evolution. People outgrow each other, priorities shift, paths diverge, and sometimes the only way to truly step into who you are meant to be is by releasing those who no longer align with your journey. The mistake many people make is forcing relationships that have already run their course. They cling to what's familiar, even when it's no longer fulfilling. But growth requires change. It requires space. You cannot hold on to the past and expect to move forward at the same time. When someone leaves, instead of resisting, ask yourself what their absence is making room for. Is it clarity? Is it self-discovery? Is it a new opportunity that you wouldn't have seen otherwise? Some people are placed in your life to push you towards something greater. Sometimes they leave because they have served their purpose. Other times they leave because they were limiting your potential and you just didn't realize it yet. When you hold on to the wrong people, you close yourself off to the right ones. You block the relationships that are truly meant for you, the connections that will support you, challenge you, and help you become the best version of yourself. Letting go isn't always easy, but it's necessary. You can't carry everyone with you on your journey. Some people are only meant to be part of the first few chapters of your story, not the whole book. And when you finally reach the place you're meant to be, you'll realize that those who left were never meant to stay. Not because they weren't important, but because their role in your life had already been fulfilled. One day you will look back and understand that every goodbye was leading you towards something better. It's hard to see in the moment, but loss can be a blessing in disguise. The people who walk away, the opportunities that slip through your fingers, the plans that fall apart, these are often the moments that set you on the path you were truly meant to walk. The pain you feel now may actually be removing obstacles you never even realized were holding you back. Sometimes we get too comfortable in situations that are beneath our potential. We hold on to relationships that drain us, jobs that limit us, or dreams that no longer fit who we are becoming. And when life forces us to let go, it may feel like everything is falling apart, but in reality, things are finally falling into place. At first, all you see is what you've lost, but give it time and you will start to see what you've gained. Clarity. People often try to escape pain, avoid discomfort, or pretend it isn't there. But the truth is, pain has a purpose. It sharpens you. It teaches you things that comfort never will. Strength is not developed in easy times. It is built in the moments when you feel like giving up but choose to keep going. It is found in the times when you feel lost but push forward anyway. Strength is created in the fire of struggle, and clarity comes when you embrace the lessons pain has to offer. Pain forces you to stop and reflect. It makes you question what truly matters, what is worth fighting for, and what needs to be left behind. It removes distractions and makes you focus on what is real. Through pain, you discover your true priorities, your deepest desires, and the values that will shape your future. The people who have endured the most are often the ones with the clearest vision, because suffering forces them to see life without illusion. It pushes them to understand themselves on a level they never would have if everything had always been easy. When you experience pain, you have two choices. You can let it define you, or you can let it refine you. You can allow it to make you bitter, or you can let it make you better. You can view it as a punishment, or you can see it as a lesson. The moment you stop running from pain and start learning from it, everything changes. The challenges you face are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to show you what you are capable of. Pain teaches resilience. It teaches patience. It teaches self-awareness. It strips away the things that don't serve you and reveals the strength that was inside you all along. One day you will look back and realize that the moments of greatest pain were also the moments that shaped you the most. And in that realization you will find peace, knowing that every struggle was a necessary step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. Holding on to the past is like carrying a heavy weight that was never meant to be yours forever. It slows you down, keeps you stuck, and blinds you from seeing the possibilities ahead. The truth is, you cannot step into your future while clinging to what's behind you. Growth demands release. It requires that you let go of the people, the pain, the regrets, and the versions of yourself that no longer serve who you are becoming. Too often people replay past mistakes, relive old betrayals, and hold on to disappointments as if keeping them close will somehow change what happened. But no matter how much you analyze the past, you cannot rewrite it. What you can do is learn from it. You can use every experience, both good and bad, as fuel to move forward. The past was meant to teach you, not trap you. There comes a point where you must decide, do you want to keep looking back, or are you ready to step into what's next? You can't build something new while still holding on to broken pieces of yesterday. The friendships that ended, the opportunities that didn't work out, the mistakes you made, none of these define you unless you let them. What defines you is what you do now, in this moment, with the lessons you've gained. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean that what happened to you wasn't real or that your pain was insignificant. Letting go means choosing not to let the past control your future. It means refusing to allow old wounds to dictate how you live today. It means recognizing that some doors must close so better ones can open. Your future requires space to grow. If your hands are full of yesterday's burdens, how can you grab hold of tomorrow's opportunities? Letting go is not weakness, it is strength. It takes courage to move forward when the past is calling you back. But the future is only for those willing to walk toward it. One day you will look back and realize that everything you released was necessary. That every goodbye, every disappointment, every closed door was preparing you for something greater. And when that day comes, you will be grateful that you chose to stop looking back and started moving forward toward the life that was waiting for you all along. Life has a way of unfolding in ways we don't always understand in the moment. You go through pain, loss, and setbacks that feel unfair, confusing, and sometimes unbearable. You ask yourself why things had to happen the way they did, why certain people left, why opportunities slipped away, why you had to struggle while others seemed to move ahead effortlessly. But the answers don't always come right away. They come with time, with growth, and with distance from the things that once broke you. In the moment, all you see is the pain, the uncertainty, the disappointment. But time has a way of revealing the bigger picture. What once felt like rejection was actually protection. What seemed like failure was actually redirection. What looked like an ending was actually a beginning. Life is not random. There is meaning behind every twist and turn, even when it's not immediately clear. The heartbreaks, the struggles, the moments that shook you to your core, all of it is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. It is easy to resist change, to fight against the things that don't go as planned. But sometimes the best thing you can do is trust that what is happening is necessary, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Time will reveal why that person walked away, why that door closed, why you had to go through a season of struggle. And when it does, you will realize that you were never being punished, you were being prepared. You cannot see the full picture of your life while standing in the middle of it. But one day you will look back and understand why certain things had to happen the way they did. You will see how everything that once felt like a setback was actually setting you up for something greater. Until then, trust the process. Keep moving forward, even when you don't have all the answers, because in time the answers will come. And you will see that nothing was wasted. Every hardship had a purpose, every loss carried a lesson, and every struggle was leading you exactly where you needed to be.